This mystery-solving Great Dane exists in a pretty weird universe. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Scooby-Doo crossovers. For this list, we'll be looking at Scooby-Doo's best TV and film crossovers. Number 10. WWE Scooby-Doo WrestleMania Mystery. During a period that saw Scooby-Doo produce regular direct-to-video content that seemed happy to merely exist, Mystery Incorporated's crossover with WWE at least stood out as something a bit different.
Now let's see who this ghost bear really is. Cookie? Cookie? Cookie?
While WWE has toned down its content a lot since the late 90s, it's still weird to see Scooby and Shaggy share a stage with Kane, John Cena, and Vince McMahon.
That was amazing!
Seen amazing.
How'd you know where we were?
Daphne texted me.
The movie is not particularly exceptional, but the crossover is improved by the WWE superstars voicing themselves, and the fact that it ends with Scooby and Shaggy becoming the champions.
Well, maybe I can train them enough so they might survive. For a few minutes.
Number 9. Josie and the Pussycats, the new Scooby-Doo movies. The new Scooby-Doo movie saw Mystery Inc. brushing shoulders with both celebrities and fictional characters, and to mostly decent effect.
Josie and the Pussycats, long tails, here's the hat.
Based on the Archie comics series, Josie and the Pussycats enjoyed a brief run as world-saving TV heroes and musicians during the early 70s, and their crossover with Scooby-Doo marked their last animated appearance in this iteration.
Hey, why don't you watch out where we're going? I'm sorry. I thought this was a gangway, not a freeway.
Who are you? This is Josie, and these are the Pussycats.
While this episode does sometimes struggle to juggle all of its characters, the Haunted Showboat still has the makings of a classic Scooby-Doo episode, one with a pirate ghost and, obviously, a counterfeiting scheme.
You youngsters must leave before the ghost strikes again. It no longer matters. Without money, I can't restore the ship.
Few things scream early 70s quite as loudly as a crossover between Scooby-Doo and Josie and the Pussycats. Number 8. The Addams Family, the new Scooby-Doo movies.
Don't you want to see Wednesday again?
You bet, and I want to live to see Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
As a precursor to NBC's short-lived The Addams Family cartoon, this Scooby-Doo crossover is a fun cultural artifact featuring two huge properties that honestly seem perfect for each other.
Isn't that sweet? He likes you.
That's the Balinese way of saying hello.
Oh, yeah? Well, this is the Shaggy way of saying goodbye.
The new Scooby-Doo movies often prioritized banter over the core mystery, and that's arguably the most apparent in this episode, as the focus is squarely on the gang's strange interactions with the Addams Family.
32,476, 32,477.
Wednesday!
Oh, hi! 32,478.
As they always do, Gomez and Morticia pretty much steal the show as they enjoy a second honeymoon in a swamp that's home to a particularly huge octopus.
Hey, I've got a bite.
Oh, wonderful. What is it?
I don't know, but whatever it is, it's big.
It's an octopus.
What luck!
Number 7. Dick Dastardly and Muttley, Scoob. Scoob is a chaotic superhero-themed animated movie that includes several other Hanna-Barbera characters besides Mystery Inc., including Dino-Mutt and Blue Falcon.
Welcome to the Falcon Fury! Hang on. Turn on the lights. Where are my balloons, Dee Dee? When I say Falcon Fury, that's supposed to cue the balloons.
The highlight of the movie is arguably its main villain, Dick Dastardly of Wacky Races fame.
And now, here they are, the most daredevil group of daffy drivers to ever whirl their wheels in the wacky races.
Although the characters' schemes are of a much grander scale in the movie than simply winning races, Dastardly retains his refined and arrogant nature that made the villain so entertaining to watch in Wacky Races.
At long last, my treasure.
Naturally, Dastardly would not be complete without Muttley, and the dog plays a small but vital role in Scoob. Number 6. Speed Buggy, Captain Caveman, and Jabberjaw, Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. Mixing episodic with serial storytelling and having a more mature tone, Mystery Incorporated was a refreshingly modern spin on the classic Scooby-Doo formula.
I want to welcome you all to the competition. I'll be honest, mystery solving is not really a priority for me.
Season 1's 14th episode took a break from the main plot to pay tribute and playfully mock its hanna-barbera roots. When their teens go missing, Scooby has to team up with Speed Buggy, Captain Caveman, the Funky Phantom, and Jabberjaw, 4 other crime-solving mascots who used to star in their own cartoons to solve the case.
Hey, where is everyone?
Buggy?
Boo! Unga bunga!
While basically a parody of these classic series, the episode is still a loving homage to these somewhat forgotten characters, and it even goes as far as to mimic Scooby-Doo's original art style.
Oh, he doesn't look so good, gang.
What's happening? I don't feel so well. Shaggy!
Scoob! Scooby-Doo, calm down!
Number 5. Harvey Birdman. Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. An Adult Swim classic, Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law is the type of cartoon that is almost difficult to believe existed.
Debbie, send in the next candidate. Debbie!
With the superhero business not quite working out, Birdman and the Galaxy Trio's Harvey becomes a lawyer who seems to always defend Hanna-Barbera characters, including Shaggy and Scooby after they're arrested and put on trial for seemingly driving under the influence.
Listen, we've got a bit of a problem, the gang and I.
Gang stuff, listen up. What happened?
Last night, we were out at this old abandoned cotton mill and...
I know. One of your homies took one in the bobo.
While Scooby and Shaggy are depicted as somewhat dumber than usual, the rest of Mystery Inc. are spot on, which makes it even funnier when their mystery-solving antics are framed from a more adult perspective.
You were driving a little erratic right there. Okay. Just step out of the van, please.
Punch it!
Number 4. Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo. Adding Johnny Bravo to anything is a recipe for comedy gold.
Well, that's a fine kettle of fish.
Despite Mystery Inc. being the guest stars, Bravo Dooby-Doo is essentially a traditional Scooby-Doo episode that happens to have Johnny Bravo along for the ride. He convinces the gang to give him a lift after mentioning that his aunt's place is haunted. What ensues is a lot of obnoxious flirting, a hilarious play on Velma's dropped glasses gag, and Johnny teaming up with Jughead for an awesome chase sequence.
My glasses! I can't see without my glasses!
My glasses. I can't be seen without my glasses.
Jinkies! Everything's dark! I've gone blind!
The most incredible thing about this crossover is that, for the most part, it's in keeping with both cartoons. Number 3. Batman and Robin, the new Scooby-Doo movies. Be it the Brave and the Bold movie or 2019's Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, Mystery Incorporated and the Caped Crusader have been crossing paths for decades.
Amazing! Like who's Edward Nygma?
The man who would become the most twistedly clever criminal I've ever faced. The Riddler.
Out of their many crossovers, the original 2 episodes released in the early 70s are especially memorable. During this era, the dynamic duo were at their campiest following the success of the Batman TV series, so The Dark Knight and Boy Wonder were pitch-perfect fits for Scooby-Doo's universe.
Well, you fools, Mrs. Baker didn't vanish. She's been here all the time.
Mrs. Baker!
These crossovers even featured the Joker and Penguin, who naturally get involved in a counterfeiting scheme and then try to steal a flying suit. While a product of its time, Scooby-Doo Meets Batman, which is the collective name for the 2 crossover episodes entitled The Dynamic Scooby-Doo Affair and The Caped Crusader Caper, is charmingly wholesome.
Gotta ground that hound, and then scoot with the suit.
Number 2. Various Hanna-Barbera characters. Laugh Olympics. In 1977, Hanna-Barbera staged a huge crossover that brought together many of its most popular properties, all framed around an Olympics-type event.
Heavens to hilarity! This is it, sports fans! Participants even! Television's greatest array of stars!
Split into 3 teams, Laugh Olympics features the likes of Scooby-Doo, Yogi Bear, Hong Kong Phooey, Huckleberry Hound, and Grape Ape trying to outdo each other while competing for athletic and comedic supremacy. Laugh Olympics is simultaneously ambitious and very formulaic, the type of crossover that is rarely seen on television while also being difficult to make memorable.
And who is this? It's the captain of the Scooby-Doobies himself!
Scooby-Dooby-Doo!
It might not be high art, but Laugh Olympics is a fun cultural artifact that showcases Hanna-Barbera's cartoons during the 70s.
As you can see, it reminds me of my old days with the Bedrock Little League.
Hey, Fred, you never used to play.
Honey Rubble, will you be quiet?
Before we unveil our favorite #1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. Sonny and Cher, the new Scooby-Doo movies. These musicians helped Mystery Inc. unmask some shark men.
Speaking of smelts, how about some seafood?
Hey, yeah. How about some nice seafood? Seafood? Now that's where I put my foot down.
Harlem Globetrotters, the new Scooby-Doo movies. Who knew the basketball team had a history of dealing with ghosts?
It was sure nice of you to get us to the game on time, Pete.
Kiss, Scooby-Doo and Kiss, rock and roll mystery. That time Daphne had a thing for Paul Stanley.
One Catman down and one Penguin to go.
Don Knotts, the new Scooby-Doo movies. Barney Fife himself just couldn't get enough of Scooby and the gang.
Everybody back, freeze! Okay, this is it. I'm moving in. We're gonna blow this case wide open.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. #1, Sam Winchester, Dean Winchester, and Castiel, Supernatural. Scooby-Natural is a crossover that should not have worked on any level, but it somehow brought out the best of both franchises.
Look, let's just head in, ask around, see what we can see. Oh my God. That's the Mystery Machine. We're not just in any cartoon. We're in Scooby-Doo.
Sam and Dean are sucked into Scooby-Doo's innocent universe, where ghosts are all men in masks. But the cartoon's rules are broken when Mystery Incorporated begins to investigate a gory supernatural case.
Yeah, Fred. He can be such a jerk. Right, Daphne?
Not really.
Packed with hilarious moments and oozing love for the Hanna-Barbera series, Scooby-Natural becomes something more than just an entertaining mashup when it begins to explore the impact such a collision of worlds would have on Scooby-Doo and the gang.
So, I guess this is it.
This is what?
Shh. No words. We'll never know what could have been.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.